All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, give honor to the apostles and elders of the millstone, so that I can cross the blood, push over the truth and see. I want to say Shalom. I was just thinking about, the uprisings and the distractions coming that's always around. Let's not forget the end game after these prophecies, man. All right, that's America getting destroyed, you know. We're living in beautiful times, seeing the downfall of this place, man. You know, the chip is coming, you know. World War III is on its way, so is the judgment of the Lord. So I want to have it Joel, the Lord willing, lesson edifying. And it reads, blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for his nigh at hand. You know what we're doing, man. We're blowing that trumpet in Zion, man. Giving y'all a warning. You know, we're blowing that, sounding that alarm. Y'all don't understand. Y'all can't, you don't know the sound of that trumpet and what that, or you don't know the sound of the trumpet, nor what the sound of war. You know, in ancient times we had different sounds. All right, it might be 3 short bursts of a trumpet or too long with it. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know, but with that voice, with that trumpet for your Yahweh Shai outside. All right. So blow you. It said that all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for his nigh at hand. Right. You know, it's like when you hear those tornado sirens. You know, or that tidal wave horn go off. That tidal wave, what they call that, tsunami warning. You know, people start trembling and getting scared, getting fearful. And I always allude to that false nuclear attack they had in Hawaii where people were hiding in sewers, man. You know, they were scared. A day of doom, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, you know, and I was watching this YouTube video about the destruction of the bombs that America has, or the world has. You know, they got some bombs 800 times stronger than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, I feel like the B-83 or something, or B-583 or B-5, something like that. But anyway, the point being is that the amount of destruction and the amount of debris that's gonna be in the atmosphere, you know, gonna make it really, really dark out here, hard to breathe. Make it hard to breathe here, you know. It says a great people and a strong, there not being ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Talking about those missiles, man. All right, those missiles are gonna cause utter destruction. All right. Let me get this real quick. It said met with fervent heat. Second Peter 2:10, it said, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. All right? So the Lord's going to heat up the the atoms in the atmosphere, elements in the atmosphere, man. All right, the place is gonna be utterly destroyed, man. A fire devoured before them, and behind them, flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, behind them, the desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them, right, man? You know, they show the blast radius of some of those, man, and it can go out for it can shoot glass from or shoot debris from the impact site up to 13 miles, man. 7 to 13 miles. You know, that's just debris. You know, depending on the population, you know, the shock waves and how the Lord actually, how it's going to actually go down. You know, people are going to, you're not be nowhere near ground zero, all right, to feel the impact of just one of these missiles, man. All right, just one. It says, verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Right, man. All right. They couldn't describe like a missile. I already had a look, cylinder shaped or cone shaped or whatever. But I mean, they're very strong and very powerful. One of those missiles, I believe China got it like 100 feet tall, man. You know? So the missiles have the appearance of being scary looking, man. Okay? You got some that can go 9,000 miles. All right? You see, these are, the Lord said he'll open up his armory. And these missiles are being deployed from submarines, from stealth bombers, out of mountains, out of caves. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble. As the strong people set in battle array, man, they're gonna come in they're gonna come in groups. You know, I forgot what they call them. Yeah, I guess groups. They shoot. They shoot a bunch of bullets at a target, like grouping. But anyway, yeah, man, they're gonna be a plethora, many, an astronomical number of missiles being blown on this place. And they mix in with the chariots, man. The place is going to be overkill, man. See, before their face, the people shall be much pained. The people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness, man. All right? People are going to be looking perplexed. All right? They're going to be in a state of disbelief. Hearing the explosions and the implosions, the breaking of glass, the gnashing of teeth, the cries of the desperate, the maimed, the burned, the charred. You see? They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, man. They're designed to hit their target. All right? These missiles are highly sophisticated with precision accuracy, man. All right? They said one could be shot from 7,000 miles away and hit within 100 meters of its target, man. They're pretty goddamn accurate, man. All right? You're not going to be having MacGyver or these hackers coming in and trying to disarm it, man. That's not going to happen. They're going to specifically hit the targets, which is definitely here in America, but it's going to go everywhere we're supposed to be going, man. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone on his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. You know, ain't gonna be no bumping. Ain't gonna be no falling out the sky. All right, ain't gonna be no air defenses trying to knock them down. All right, they're gonna enter the house of the thief. All right, who's the thief? It's America, headed by Esau Edom. All right, 'cause we're still found in their hands. All right, you see, they cried after him as of a thief. All right, this is the house of the thief, man. That last one was in Job. Okay, it says the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, the stars shall withhold their shining, man. All right, it's gonna be very a terrible day, man. So won't you that desire the day of the Lord? You know, let's stay encouraged, y'all, because we seen the writings on the wall, man. All right, the kingdom is going down, man. Shalom.